Hi everyone, it's Lena and John, and we're here on Monday. Yup, it's Monday, and we're showing our Twin Tower tribute right here that we have set up. Our Shungite towers and our twin crucifixes and all kinds of stuff going on here. And we're going to be doing a reading today, right, John? Yeah. Yes, indeed. Don't forget the crystal on top there. There's a crystal on top of the two towers, signifying a point, a million points of light. And, it's John, everyone. Hi, John. I was very much in the area here down in New York City when Twin Towers went down. And I knew that it was going to be happening because it was part of the divine blueprint. I know it's unusual to talk about the Twin Towers and use the word divine in the same sentence, but it is and was known in the outer realms that this was going to be taking place, right? And the energies that were going to cross over at that time in that catastrophe, earthly catastrophe, it was in their divine blueprint as well, and many of them were prepared for it. Okay, on a soul level, yes. It's hard to fathom for the families left behind down here, but that was a catastrophe in the making based upon the actions of the American government. Now, we're going to be doing a reading today. Lena and I have been really playing it cool and not being online. And just doing really the bare minimum of social interacting, period. But today we're doing a reading in honor of the souls that crossed over during the Twin Towers. Many of those souls were reincarnated. That's what that card's, yes, the star. They were star beings that were needed to form a new army down here. Because the old one is really not cutting it. Okay. Now let's mix this up with a radio reading too. We've been bringing radio readings out, so we're going to do a radio reading in a little while. All right. So now those people that were reincarnated, they're 20 years old. They are 20 years old, right? We have an army of 20-year-olds down here that are the new hope with regard to changing the world earthly dynamics. Young, healthy individuals who are ascension savvy. Next card. Death was a necessity. Again, this is the death card. Death was a necessity. At the time of the Twin Towers, those sacrifices were not really sacrifices. They were obligated. They had made that decision already in their divine blueprint that if the world was needing a new army to start in effect, that they would volunteer. They were volunteers of America. If I'm going to put on the radio right now, if that song is on, I'm going to just kill myself. Go ahead.
A whiff.
No, it's still a commercial. All right, I was going to say, if Volunteers of America, those souls that crossed over were all volunteers of America. The next card, sometime in New York. And this card is the Seven of Swords, I believe. Yes, sometime in New York. 7 is the holy number. I can't believe this reading, John. Yeah, 7 is the holy number. It's the Lord's number. On the 7th day. This card kind of says it all. Yeah. Times they are changing. A lot going on this card. Everyone just take a good look. Everything that took place on this card was a necessity. Yes, even Chapman. I had to cross over. I was also a volunteer. I was. Eight of Wands. This is going to come as some, I don't know, maybe unwelcome news to some. But the fact of the matter is, you're living in a world, a dream world out there. If you think that there's no divine plan to this, and if you think that I'm not speaking to you right now, John, through Lena, through the grace of this channel that God and Mother cleared for us, you're living in a dream world. You're living in a dream world. The reality is, well, let's see what the radio has to say. All right.
This is Chris Collinsworth. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Sports, John. Yeah, talk about a dream world. No radio today. Yeah, no soap radio. Yeah. Okay, we've seen this card before. Six of, Oh, well, I know what this card is, actually. Cynthia and Keith Moon are dying to get through, so we got to get off our haunches, Lena, and we got to start having some readings again. Bowie needs to come through, and Cynthia also wants to speak on a few matters about the other side, so let's not forget about them. All right, Cynthia is coming through soon. Anything to say about Yoko? Her face is there. Yeah, well, this is the Six of Swords, and this card stands for journey. Yoko, she posts on Twitter. I don't know what she's saying. Half the time, she's got this way about her, and I commented. I don't know if Lena took the heat, or if any. Are you getting heat on that? I don't think. No, nobody's really said anything, but. 8:18 we're on. Yeah, okay, good. 8:18. Yoko, she goes online and she says, anyone who calls art, right, calls art, thinks that they created art is wrong. Whoever said, Yoko, please don't go around calling people wrong for their point of view. And also, it's incorrect, Yoko, for you to say nature created all that is. No, nature did not create all that is. God created all that is, and including nature. You never bring up God, Yoko. What is that? Well, maybe she doesn't believe in God. Let's see. Seems like she believes in herself. I'm not crazy about the... All right, go ahead. No, you have to do it. All right. Hey, Linda. Hi, turn on the radio. All right. Linda McCartney tells me to turn on the radio. Don't stop believing. Yes, that's why I wanted you to turn on the radio. You believe. John obviously believes because he's on the other side. I believe in God. Paul believes in God. If Yoko doesn't, now you can't come, John. Yes, Linda. You can't come down on Yoko for not talking about God. The same way that you tell Yoko that she can't come down on people. Oh, all right. I see what you're saying. Well, All right, well, if she wants to go around calling people wrong for their views on art or the meaning of art, she's not the spokesperson for art all over the fucking planet, is my point, right? Well, she's very egotistical. Yes, she still is. You're right. I don't want to get excited about it. Let's just let it go. All right. Yeah, but Yoko did say something that rubbed John really the wrong way yesterday on Twitter, and he had me comment, and usually I'll say, I'm channeling John. I didn't bother to say it, and John said, maybe that was a mistake, Lena. You should have qualified that was my statement back at her. And I said, no, because I agree with you, and I'm in charge here too. So yes, I know, you're absolutely right. And by the way, this thing says never give up. Don't never give up, right? Not never give. Right. Seven of Cups. Hi, George. Hey, listen. Hey everybody. Hey, George. Yeah, it's every on Twitter. It's every twit for himself, really. And you did the right thing by calling Mother out on that. And she never answers a tweet when someone dares to say anything. Oh, George. Yeah. There's a reason why you're getting so much traffic on that page about Yoko knowing not to fucking cross me. Right. Yeah, because she's out of her league. And she's out of her league with you too, Lena. She's way out of her league. All right, thanks, George. This sounds kind of like... No, it's fine. Can I have another card? Yes, George. Seven of Cups is our friend George. Mm-hmm. I like your Twin Towers tribute. Thank you. That's pretty too. Okay, this is for our friends, and Linda's a good friend of mine over here. Yes. Mm-hmm. Linda's a saint and a lovely one at that. Yes, George. And I never had a problem with her. You know why? Because she knows how to mind her P's and Q's, and she doesn't say ridiculous things. And she doesn't put on airs, and she doesn't talk like she's the almighty voice of everything. Because let's face it, the reason that Yoko... Go ahead. What about this card? Well, this is the Ten of Pentacles, and it means everything's coming up roses, Lena, right? You're at home with John, and you're in love, and that's great. All right, thanks, guys. But what I want to say is, all of her power comes from the fact that she was married to a very beloved figure, John. Here, grab another card. All right. She came in right during all of this, and it all evaporated right around the time that she walked through those doors. It's not her fault completely, but she was part of it, and she rejoiced in it. She wanted him all to herself because he's a very important man. I can say these things. This is George. I can say these things. This is the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands stands for she was an interloper. I don't care how you put it. And I don't care that it has anything to do with her eating my biscuits. She was an interloper. Right, if anybody knows about the George and the biscuits in the studio, look it up. Yoko stole his biscuits. Right. All right, so don't worry about, these messages are coming from a place of knowledge and experience. I was there. John was there. Mm-hmm. So how do you feel about the way John carried himself back in those days when Yoko first came into the whole thing? Now that we're talking about this again. Strength. Give me some. We all needed strength that time, including John. Mm-hmm. And going back to not square one, but he needed a female channel, and he chose you. Mm-hmm. He chose her because of you. Lena, John chose Yoko because of you. You were his inner strength, but he needed a woman channel, and that is Yoko. And let's face it, everyone wants to paint that as the great love story of all time, John and Yoko. Well, you know what? How come nobody really pays all that much attention to the whole thing with May Pang? May Pang was a channel, too, that John dropped Yoko for 18 months so that he could have a fresh channel. Do you do that to somebody you really love? And then he dropped May Pang right back down again and picked up with Yoko to refresh that channel. You don't do that All right, George. Are we? Yeah, Lena. Here, just hear me out. Yes, George. Pick another card. Well, put on the radio first. All right. Radio reading from George Harrison.
And you put the load right on me.
Put the load on me. Let me take responsibility for this. All right. And you jammed with the band, right, George? I certainly did. I jammed with a lot of people. Boy, George, you're really in there, yeah. So this is a great reading, and I feel very relaxed. I like reading from this angle, and I like your everything. Me and Ravi here, old friends, me and you, we can talk, and you can trust me, and you can post this. And Yoko ain't gonna say a GD thing about it, because you know why. Because she knows truth. You're the only truthful thing going on out there, Lena. With regard to any of this crap. This Beatle nonsense. Wow. You're the only fucking game in town. Here we go again. Yeah. We're gonna turn it off in a minute, right, Lena? Yes, Johnny. You're my baby, and I love you. But, yeah. This is enough reading for one day. But yeah, apparently it was something that... Okay. Yeah, the universal consciousness was demanding that we do a reading today. So is George... No, this is John. Thanks, George. No sweat. Okay, 21. What does that mean? I don't know. Well, it's the world, right. John, the world's got me down, Lena. Does it right now? It has had me down since the Twin Towers, but since before that, but what? We need a change, and we need it soon. And the army that I talked about of 20-year-olds that were formed at the time that the towers went down, the reincarnated victims of the towers, right, who are now 20 years old, right? They're not showing a lot of promise. Oh, God. They're going to be 21 this year. There's the 21. Something has got to restore their faiths, and soon, and how? The pandemic's not doing it. All right. Is that song? We'll just do one more card. I mean, what is that? There's nothing to do but watch it play out. Watch it play out. There's the 20, right? They don't show a lot of love, especially for the older, wiser generation. That would be you, Lena, right? I haven't seen any really respect from the younger generation for you. They're all just crazy, crazed. They love little sexy John Lennon, the image that I used to project. What they don't realize is that they're just in love with a fucking image. An image and a myth that they don't even know the spirit behind that image. They are convinced that they do, but they don't. And I don't know. I feel there's such a sadness coming from you, John. 4 of Pentacles. All we can do is hold on to each other and pray. Stay in our own backyard and do our own work. Chaos and creation in the backyard. That's right. And whoever picks up on the messages picks up on them. Let's try one last song. All right. This says it all. I love you, John. I love you, too. Cheer up, New York boy. New York Johnny. I want to see some good shit. Yeah, me too. Here comes Johnny.
The action, he got the motion.
Oh yeah, the boy can play. Dedication, devotion.
Turning on a night, turning in a day. And after all the violence and double talk, it's just disowning all the trouble and the strife. You do the walk.
He's disowning all this trouble and the strife to do the walk of life. Johnny, I love you. I love you too.